Hey everyone, today's April 22nd, 2022, and I hope all of you having a great day today, and welcome to the Humble Gent YouTube channel. Today's video, I'll be doing a review on one of my favorite dive watches that's under $2,000. So today I'll be reviewing my favorite Oris watch, which is the Oris Aquis. If you guys have been watching this channel, you guys would know I've owned a bunch of different Orises. As of right now, I own a Diver 65 Bronze. I have an Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot that I'm wearing right now. And I have my Oris Aquis that's 41.5 millimeters. The Oris Aquis is definitely a staple of Oris's catalog, and it is definitely one of my favorite watches to wear on a daily. Really quick, we'll do a quick wrist check and we'll do a close-up of the Oris Aquis and we'll get this video started. Alright, so I'll do a quick wrist check here. As you can see, I am wearing my Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. It's the 41 millimeter one, and I put it on this beautiful black, it's a Seiko deployant strap, and it honestly looks beautiful. This one actually did come with the bracelet that looks really good, but I prefer it on this leather strap. And here is my Oris Aquis, and like I said, it's the 41.5 millimeter one. It has the beautiful dark blue dial with the black bezel, and honestly, in my opinion, this is the best dive watch under $2,000. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video today, and let's get this review started. Alright, here's my Oris Aquis. Now, like I said, it's a 41.5 millimeter blue dial with the black bezel. And the Oris Aquis has been around since 2011, and there is so many versions of this watch. I believe on the Oris catalog there was almost 50. And they have them in different sizes. I believe there's a 36, 39.5, 41.5, and the biggest one is the 43.5. And I know there's chronograph versions, GMT, and the standard three-hand ones. There may be different ones, but these are the three I could think of right now. So my Oris Aquis I have here is not the Oris Aquis with the caliber 400. It is the older one with the Salida movement, and I absolutely love this watch. If you were to go with the new caliber 400 Oris Aquis, you're going to be paying more than $2,000 or $1,500 to $2,000 more than this watch. For the Oris Aquis with the Salida movement, if you're getting them used or on the gray market, you can get them easily for around $1,500, maybe a little more, but you can get it for less than $2,000, no problem. And with this watch, the specs, it is a powerhouse. You get so much for the $1,500 you pay for this watch. But really quick, we'll go over my experience with the Oris Aquis. So years ago, I owned a green 39.5 Oris Aquis, also with the caliber with the Salida movement in it. It was a great watch, great timing. And at this time, the 41.5 millimeter wasn't available. All there was the 39.5 and the 43.5 millimeter. The 39.5 millimeter Aquis fit fine, but I always wished it was a little bit bigger, but the 43.5 for me was just a little bit too big. Several years later, after the 39.5 and the 43.5 millimeter were released, there was a 41.5 millimeter case, and right away I sold my 39.5 green Aquis and bought this Aquis right here. So for my 7¼ inch wrist, this 41.5 Oris Aquis is my perfect Aquis. It fits perfect on my wrist, and later on in this video I'll show you some wrist shots and show you how perfect it fits. There are two popular divers watches by Oris. One is this Oris Aquis, and the other is the Oris Diver 65. So compared to the Oris Diver 65, the Oris Aquis is a professional diver, while the 65 is more of a retro skin diver not meant for deep sea diving. But for me, who am I kidding? The only diving I'm really doing is desk diving, so for me, the water resistance doesn't really matter. On the Oris Aquis, you're getting 300 meters of water resistance. With the Oris Diver 65, you're getting 100 meters of water resistance. In my opinion, both watches are beautiful, but the Oris Aquis is, like I said, it's more of a professional diver. It's a thicker, more beefy watch, and the Oris Diver 65 is more of a slim watch and definitely is more delicate, but they both, in my opinion, look great. So really quick, I'll go over the specs of the Oris Aquis. Like I said, this has a 41.5 millimeter case. The thickness is 13 millimeters. The lug to lug is 48 millimeters. And this weighs 152 grams. I took 2 links off this, so it'll be a little bit less. If you look at the lug width here, it is 24 millimeters due to the integrated bracelet, and it does taper to about 16 millimeters at the clasp. And like I said before, this has 300 meters of water resistance, has a sapphire crystal with AR coating. This has the black, beautiful ceramic bezel, and I love that dark blue dial, and in certain lights it looks black. And if you get it in the right light, you can see that beautiful dark blue dial. So like I said in the beginning, this Oris is not the caliber 400 with the 5-day power reserve. It is the Oris 773, or known as the Sellita SW200-1, I believe. Like I said, this was the older movement. That's why this was retails for about $2,200. But on the used market or even the gray market, you can get this for roughly $1,500 or for sure less than $2,000. And with these kind of specs, you can't really go wrong on eBay and Chrono24, depending on the condition and the color and model. I've seen these for around $1,100 to around $1,700 used or on the gray market. And that's the main reason why I went with the Sellita Aquis over the caliber 400 Aquis. The caliber 400 Aquis retails for, I believe, $3,500. And if you go on the gray market, you could, if you're lucky, get them between $2,000 to $2,600. And that is a big jump between this Aquis and the caliber 400. And yes, the caliber 400 is a great movement. You get an awesome power reserve with awesome accuracy, and the movement looks great. But for getting this for the price you can get this for around $1,600, you can't go wrong. And really quick, I'll give a shot of the exhibition case back here. As you can see the signature red rotor and the caliber 773 or the Sellita SW200-1. It's not the best looking movement, but it doesn't look bad, and the Sellita SW200 is definitely a tried and true movement, and I've been getting great accuracy with this in the last couple months. So the watch itself is really beautiful. Many people are familiar with the Aquis, and I want to give my take on owning it. Owning the 39mm Aquis for years now, and now the 41.5mm Aquis, the watch definitely is really unique, and it's not a homage of anything. It's an original design by Oris, and it has a huge presence on the wrist and in the watch community. Just looking at it, it has a very industrial look, and at the same time it is really shiny. And it being really shiny in some places gives it a more glamorous look. Looking at this, you can see that on the bracelet, on the outside here, it is polished on the outside, brushed on the inside. Looking at this dial here, it is polished around the bezel here. Even on the side of the crown, it's polished. And even looking at this dial here, the dial is sunburst, which gives it a more flashy look to it. Even though it does have an industrial look to it, I really do love how it looks. And having those polished outer links and the brushed inner links, that's what all the Aquises have. I wish later on Oris would make a full brush bracelet for this watch, and I think it would look really good. Don't get me wrong, I do love the integrated bracelet, and I do like that it's polished on the outside, but I really think it would look even better fully brushed. The reason why the Oris Aquis fits so great on my 7¼ inch wrist is because if you look at the integrated bracelet here, it drapes straight down, giving it a really great fit on the wrist. With that 48mm lug to lug, it's not too long and it really fits perfect on my wrist. In a little bit, I'll show you a wrist shot and show you how perfect it looks, and I'll compare it to my Oris Diver 65. All right, now I'll put my Oris Aquis on my 7¼ inch wrist. As you can see, in my opinion, it fits perfect on my wrist. Doesn't look too big, doesn't look too small, and it fits really snug. Look at that. And like I said, with the integrated bracelet draping straight down, it honestly fits really, really great. And I'll take a quick step back so you can see how it looks on my 7¼ inch wrist. Now, like I said, I'll show you how the Oris Diver 65 and the Oris Aquis compare on wrist. Here's my Oris Diver 65, and it is definitely a slimmer and less chunky watch. Like I said, the Oris Aquis is not a big watch whatsoever, but it is the professional dive watch on the Oris catalog. This is more of a skin diver, and this is a very lightweight watch. As you can see, you have that dome sapphire crystal there, giving it that more retro vintage vibe. And I've owned this Oris Diver 65 for several years now, and honestly, it is an awesome watch, and I would recommend this to honestly anyone. Now, switching this out for the Oris Aquis here. And like I said, this is the professional watch on the Oris catalog. It is definitely more industrial. It's a lot thicker than the Oris Diver 65, and it definitely is more durable. You can tell in regards to the bracelet, the case, the build quality in general, and the 300 meters of water resistance it has. But with that, it still has an elegance to it with all the polished marks on it. It has polish on the bracelet, on the sides of the case, on the crown, all over, giving it, and it does make it kind of shiny, like I said, but it is still a beautiful tool watch. So my next review I'm going to do is on my Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. This is my second Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. I had the older version, and this is the newer one with the newer style bracelet too. And I put it on this beautiful black leather strap, and I really think it looks awesome. Alright guys, I'm ending the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video today. I absolutely love my Oris Aquis, and like I said, it is my go-to watch, and I wear it in my rotation, and I almost wear it every single day. So please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please leave a comment down below what you guys think of the Oris Aquis, and let me know what your favorite Oris watch is. And remember, I respond back to every single comment I get. And remember to stay humble.